And at center, 6'1" senior from Rome, Georgia, number 22, Carla Clemens. And number 1 seed, Dillard, Lady Blue Devils, 21 and 5 on the season. And guard, 5'6" from Houston, Texas, junior, Shaylin Moore. And another guard, 5'2" junior from Houston, Texas, number 11, Adriana Jackson. At guard, 5'8" junior from Austin, Texas, number 23, Alyssa Washington. And forward, 6'2" junior from Zachary, Louisiana, number 30, Earl Jones. And another forward, 5'9", senior from Middle Mississippi, number 4, Alexia Mcdonald.
Women's and men's basketball tournaments today at Louisiana. Such a beautiful Saturday outside and inside the gym. Here on the campus at Xavier University where the first game is between the Talladega Lady Tornadoes and the Dillard Lady Blue Devils. This is ranked number 1 on the women's side, and Talladega is ranked number 8. I am Dino Hansen, and I am joined this afternoon again for an exciting day number 2 by All-State defensive lineman from Archbishop Shaw High School, West Jeff High School, went on to win the SEC Championship BCS National in 2007 and 2008 respectively, and then played professionally in various leagues in the NFL, NFL, Arena League, and more importantly, those of you that love your basketball, you know what I'm saying, people remember that fitness team. In 2009, Mr. Norman Baker, on the big page down in the rest of the city, big page really the big for the second league of basketball. And the shit goes to at Xavier University. It is 13 of the Thursday of 2020.
3-point basket by
That's not a strength right there.
Yeah,
That's the thing about when you take a bad shot and everything can come right back and hurt you in a position because you can go back and transition. There we go. As Marlon alluded to, Talladega
Tatyana Calhoun, the Lady Tornadoes, her first, team is third.
nice job driving the lane by Calhoun.
At this moment, we'd like to thank our sponsors, that being the 2018 GCAC basketball tournament. Still water. Look forward to speaking to my guy Antonio Lapel again today. This is his second year being a sponsor. The Wyndham Garden Hotel, great place to stay, and the Triple B's Cajun Corner. Those are our sponsors for the 2018 GCAC basketball tournament. Final 2 days going on here at the Xavier Convocation Center on the campus of Xavier University. We're back to action. 3 minutes and 51 seconds remaining in the first period. Talladega is back on the offense. Basket by Deshauna Cook, the senior guard. Leadership out of Marysville, Tennessee, making the score 16-9. But Dillard is right back on the attack, being very aggressive.
Really nice pull-up by her. Here she is again.
The shot for Dillard went off the rim. Talladega gets the rebound and is pushing the attack. Foul is called against Dillard.
Asia Park on the foul. It's her first for the morning, second team foul. Beautiful day here in New Orleans today, by the way. Oh man, you couldn't.
Makes you wish we were playing basketball outside today.
Hello.
On a cement court. At the free throw line for Talladega was Courtney Williams. She makes both of the free throws to make the score 16-11 in favor of the Lady Blue Devils. Dillard is back on the offensive attack, and Talladega has changed from a 2-3 zone into a man-to-man, putting a little ball pressure on Dillard, hopefully to force some turnovers. And that's exactly, what they almost had as the ball went directly into the post, but Dillard was able to recover, and the basket was made by Asia Partlow, making the score 18-11 with 2 minutes and 45 seconds remaining in the first period. Talladega is back on the offensive attack. Ball being passed around the perimeter, tried to make a post entry pass, and it was deflected by Dillard.
Dillard's playing some really good defense down bottom. You have to give it to him. The second the ball is tossed into the paint, you have players rallying around that offender. So I'm looking forward to seeing how Talladega is going to attack that.
Absolutely. As we resume play, Talladega trying to take advantage of defensive miscues by Dillard. Got a good clean look, but it didn't go down. Dillard was right back on the offensive attack, but they had an unforced error. I know Coach Rome can't be too upset about that, being that they're showing some aggressiveness and being in a very attacking style right now. Long-range three ball shot by Talladega's Janaea McNeely out of Quincy, Florida, the junior. Dillard is back on the attack after the rebound. Missed shot from Talladega. Foul was called against Courtney Williams for the Lady Tornadoes. Dillard retains possession. 2 minutes and 10 seconds remaining in the first period of the first game of the day in the 2018 GCAC Basketball Conference Tournament, with the Lady Blue Devils of Dillard taking on the Lady Tornadoes of
Talladega. Shot was taken by Dillard, rebounded by Talladega. Tried to make the quick pass out to get into a fast break. Turnover. Ball goes back to Dillard University.
You have to appreciate Alexia Washington not being afraid to take the shot. Really just, and that's how she's become a staple in this game, just really taking the shot when it's available.
Dillard is back on the offense. You have Adriana Jackson handling the ball, moving it around the perimeter. Dillard is being very aggressive, but at the same time, Marlon, Talladega changing up into the man-to-man has made some things disruptive for the Dillard Lady Blue Devils on offense.
Yes, it has. You have to make more individual plays, and that seems to throw them off. Oh, almost a great save by number 25, Asia Partlow. Yeah, but as you were saying, with Dega switching over to the man-to-man is really, forcing Dillard to not have, somebody wide open for the shot. You have to really make a play on the player.
We're back to action here at the Xavier Convocation Center with Talladega on the offensive end. They most certainly are hustling to every rebound, which is huge in a position when you're down 18-11 with 1 minute and 12 seconds remaining in the first period.
Yes, they are.
Talladega is on the offensive attack with Janaea McNeely. Ball passed around the perimeter. Another long-range three ball taken by Talladega's. Let's see if I can get a look at that number over here when she runs around, turns around, something like that. Marlon, we're back to the numbers again, I tell you, man. That was Ashley Bettis that took the long-range three, but fortunately enough, got the rebound for Talladega. And at the line, because that's where their strength is right now, is in that painted area. But you got to make their free throws when you have the opportunity to.
Well, this time around, we have the hair in the way of the jersey.
Yeah, we had the hair. We had some blurriness.
Long hair don't care.
Yeah. I love the long hair, but in this situation, I care, Marlon, because I need to be able to see the number. And it's real long, too.
Yes, it is. So at the line here, we have Carla Clemens. Missing that free throw. Good hustle by Dillard.
Neither team seems to be valuing possessions right now. A lot of unforced errors, bad passes. Talladega resumes possession of the ball, and Carla Clemens gets caught up underneath the backboard. Jump ball, possession arrow stays in favor of Talladega. 52 seconds remaining in the first period. Dillard University on top of Talladega, 18-11. Ball was taken out from the left baseline. Talladega's ball. Calling out the play at the top of the key for the Lady Tornadoes. Ball being passed around from the right to the left side. Little penetration in the middle. Shots just aren't falling right now for Talladega, which may change in the second half, like we saw yesterday in the men's first game between Philander, Smith, and Tougaloo.
Yes, it was a slow start for Tougaloo, but they made the game extremely exciting in the later part of that second half, so maybe we'll get a little bit of that action.
Absolutely. Down to 26 seconds here in the first period of the Lady Blue Devils of Dillard and the Lady Tornadoes of Talladega. Oh, nice crossover, but she couldn't finish the shot for the Lady Blue Devils, but they retrieved the rebound. Talladega is back on the attack, and great hands by the Lady Blue Devils.
Timeout.
There's a scrum on the floor.
Jump ball.
Jump ball, possession arrow favors the Lady Blue Devils of Dillard. We're down to 3 seconds in the first period. Score 18-11, Dillard over Talladega. Game number 1 of the day. Following this game will be the second game. That shot will not count. So at the end of period number 1, the score is the Dillard Lady Blue Devils 18 and the Talladega Lady Tornadoes 11. Marlon, what's some of your assessments so far from the first half that you've seen?
Well, I do appreciate Talladega's hustle. They're doing a good job hustling. Early on in the first period, they did a really good job at making sure that they had big body presence down in the paint. Early on in the game, you had Miss Stackhouse just really balling hard. I think she might have had like 6 points, three two-pointers back-to-back. But on Dillard's end, they're doing a good job at taking the shots. Someone who's really stuck out like a sore thumb early on for them has been Alyssa Washington. You know, she's pulling up, for the two-pointer, pulling up for the three-pointer, doing a good job at taking those shots. But they're hustling, running a little zone defense, which is leaving some things open for Talladega. So hopefully, as they make adjustments here after the first period, they make sure that they point that out.
We are broadcasting live at the Xavier Convocation Center on Xavier University's campus. I want to thank our sponsors for the GCAC 2018 basketball tournament, that being Adidas, Stillwater, Wyndham Garden Hotel, and Triple B's Cajun Corner, as we get things back underway for period number 2 with the score 18-11. The Lady Blue Devils over the Lady Tornadoes of Talladega. Game number 2 immediately following this will be the men's first game of the day, although game number 2, Philander Smith against Dillard. Talladega again not taking care of the ball, and Dillard on the offensive attack. Again, Dillard is going to our left of where we're positioned at, and Talladega is going to the right of the court.
That was Adriana Jackson on the steal. I would have slowed that down, Dino. I would have really took a little time to slow it down and let everybody regroup, but fortunately they were able to get the ball back.
They got the ball back. Nice drive into the lane, and that was a basket scored by Dillard. Marquita Collins driving in the lane. Let's see if Talladega can go back to what was being so successful for them early on, dumping it into the post. Got some perimeter ball movement, and just as I mentioned, that's exactly where they go to Carla Clemens, the 6'1 senior out of Rome, Georgia, getting inside the paint and taking it right back to the rim.
Right, because Xavier's running basically the 2-3 defense, so you have to take advantage of that down at the post. Even, if you could distribute it out to the perimeter, have 2 guards go out there, and then hurry up and pitch it down bottom to either Clemens or when Stackhouse get back in there and really start getting those sneaky points, those 2 points, layups, clean, or you may draw some fouls as you see she's at the line.
Absolutely.
For the 3-point play.
Unfortunately, she wasn't able to knock them down, which is going to be important for
be very important for them to finish through. Now at the top of the key, you have number 11, Mercedes Gillen, handling the ball. Good dish out. Dillard's moving the ball around. Up, little travel action on that play by number 35, Collins, the sophomore out of Houston, Texas. H-Town, baby. Hold up. Gotta like that Houston accent. I'm not from Houston, by the way. Just wanted to speak in Houston accent.
Just showing them some love.
Just showing them some love, man. Definitely. There's another traveling violation. This time it's by number 3, Deshauna Cook, the senior guard for Talladega. Here we have Adriana Jackson driving it down. Dillard's moving the ball around the perimeter once again. Getting a lot of action here. And it appears we have another little bump action.
Foul on Talladega, number 10, Janaya McNeely, her first, team's third.
And it appears to be number 10, McNeely, on the foul for Talladega. So Xavier gets the ball, Dillard gets the ball to take out. We're here at Xavier right now, Xavier University, their basketball court.
I tell you, Xavier did a really nice job with this new convocation center that's been here for a few years now. Of course, transitioning from the old barn that everybody was familiar with. There was just something special that was taking place in the barn, the tradition that was built here at Xavier University. But as life goes on, things change and upgrades happen. So we are here in the Convocation Center at Xavier University. Just a quick rundown of some stats here in the first period for Talladega. They've got 14 total rebounds compared to Dillard's 12 total rebounds. You're looking at 5 turnovers for Dillard and 4 turnovers for Talladega, as Talladega is back on the offensive end. Scrum on the floor and jump ball called by the official. Possession arrow stays here on the court.
So a quick update from the NFL Combine. LSU, you have DJ Chark running a 4.34 at the NFL Combine, and I think he just helped his stock some more. Hello.
Did he? Did he help his stock? Talladega is shooting 21%. A lot of that are those long-range 3 balls. They are 0 for 7 from the 3-point line. 0 of 7 at the 3 of 6, should I say, at the free throw line. They need to most certainly pay attention to that. But 4 of 19 from the field, 21% for Talladega. Dillard is shooting 43% from the field, 7 of 16. They're 2 of 5 from 3-point range and 2 of 3 at the free throw line for 66%. That's a quick rundown of what took place in the first period. There's a lot of balanced scoring, Marlon, for Dillard very early on. You've got several players with 2 and 1. And
good dish off. That was a really great dish off. Oh, she couldn't finish. What you were saying, Dino?
And then for Talladega, the mainstay for Talladega right now has been Sydney Clark with 5 points in the first period. But we resume back to action. Talladega on the offensive end going to our right. Rebound by Dillard University as they're going to the left. Foul called against Talladega.
I spoke with a little excitement earlier. It was a really good steal on about a possession ago by Alexia Washington, the junior. I mean, she did a good job at stealing it, driving the ball down, and a good dish off into the paint. But unfortunately, number 30, Pearl Jones wasn't able to finish through.
Now, you know, Marlon, we've been calling out number 35 as Jasmine Stackhouse all morning long. And actually, that's off the media guide. But looking at the stats for the first period, number 35 for Talladega is Sydney Clark. Basket just scored by Dillard to open the lead, 22-11, making it an 11-point lead right now. But according to the statistics, it's Sydney Clark wearing number 35 today. I'm not exactly sure if that'll be the same tomorrow, Marlon, but today it's Sydney Clark. So we want to correct that. We were only going off of the media guide that was given to us. So it's Sydney Clark that has had a huge impact right away for the Talladega Lady Tornadoes. They most certainly need to start finding Sydney Clark, Jasmine Stackhouse, whatever her name is. Whoever is wearing 35, Marlon, they need to get the ball to her.
Yes, and we have to protect ourselves as well because we don't want to make any mothers mad.
Absolutely not.
So we glad thanks to our stat crew. Another steal by Dillard.
Wide open shot taken by the Lady Blue Devils. Kareem's off of the rim, and Talladega gets the rebound and is back on the offensive attack. And even though we don't want to upset the moms, you know dads play a huge part in the daughters' lives, and we don't want to upset the dads either.
Yes, we don't want Will Smith and Mark Lawrence to be coming to our door like on Bad Boys. But
you know why that would be funny?
Why would it be funny?
Because you 6'1", 300, I'm 6'5", 250.
That would be funny.
So it would be the opposite way around. We'd be looking at Martin and Will like, what are y'all doing at our door?
Hello. I have to give it to Dillard though. They're playing really, really aggressive here in the second period, especially with the steal games, man. That's like 3 steals in like 5 possessions here lately. And checking into the game right now for Dillard, we have get a number here for you a second, and then I'll follow the name. Number 33, which is Kaya Tarver.
5 minutes and 51 seconds remaining in the second period, with the score of Dillard University 22 and Talladega 11. Dillard is back on the offensive attack, going to the left. Ball being passed around from the left back to mid-left on the further out perimeter. Attacking the rim is Dillard, which is where they've found some success in that first period, as well as carried over into the second period. Shot was missed. Talladega is back on the offensive side of the ball. Ball stuck on the left side of the court, and they get it right in the post as you got Dillard defense moving. Had a wide open Jasmine Nelson directly in the paint, and she'll go to the free throw line to see if she can convert. Foul was called against Dillard's Alyssa Washington.
Yeah, so far she has 1 point from the line, so this is her second time to the line. Make that 2. Miss Jasmine Nelson for Talladega. Great rebound by Talladega, getting the ball back. Same play, Dino, dishing it off once again to Nelson.
You know, they've got to start converting these free throws, though, to help them get back into this game.
Yes.
It's essential, especially when you're not making shots in the course, in the flow of the game. You need to knock down these free throws. Like I mentioned yesterday, Marlon, that's why they're called free.
Free. You can't, how they say it, you can't mess up free.
You can't mess up free. And she knocks down the first. This will be the first time they've been able to cut into that double-digit lead with the score Dillard 22 and Talladega 14.
She made both of those count that time.
So now this may be some momentum for Talladega to get back in the game and tighten that gap, if you will, going into the half here. Dillard is back on the offensive attack, going to our left side of the court here as they are in the home grays, as they are the number 1 seed. Ball being passed around from left to right. Bad shot taken by Dillard's Alexia Mcdonald.
Yeah, she was able to grab the rebound off the missed shot, but she kind of placed it up there. I had a feeling she was going to draw a foul, though.
Alexia Washington going to the free throw as Talladega bailed him out on that rebound there. Gave him a foul. Alyssa's going to see if she can get it back to a double-digit lead.
She nails this one. That'll be the back to the double-digit lead for them. So you mentioned it earlier. It's going to be important when Talladega does draw those fouls underneath. Create a three-point play, or at least you get fouled without making the shots. Let those two count.
Absolutely, Marlon. And the score is Dillard Lady Blue Devils 24, Talladega Lady Tornadoes 14. 4 minutes and 34 seconds remaining in the second period before going into halftime. You've got 5 total team fouls.
There you go. And that works like a charm for them. Taking advantage in the paint. That's one of the strengths right now for Talladega. And right there, making that one was Carla Clemens, the center out of Rome, Georgia, for Talladega, being able to sink down that easy dish-off layup in the paint.
Absolutely. We got a score of 24-16 here in the first game of the day. Today on tap, we have 4 games for you. This is the number 4 ranked Lady Tornadoes of Talladega taking on the number 1 ranked Lady Blue Devils of Dillard. The second game of the day will be the men's side, being the number 4 ranked Philander Smith Panthers taking on the Blue Devils, which are ranked number 1 Dillard. And then we will get into game 3 and 4 of the day. We're alternating from women's to men's to women's tens, all leading up to Championship Sunday tomorrow, taking place here at Xavier University inside of the Xavier Convocation Center. Fantastic facility. Thank you to the GCAC, Commissioner Steve B. Martin, and the president. Not going to make that mistake like I did yesterday, Marlon. She is not the president of Dillard University. She is the president of the GCAC and the athletic director of Dillard University, Miss Kiki Baker Bourne. So thank you so much to them and their hospitality, and the sports information director, that being Sam Cook. No, not that Sam Cook, of course. He has passed on. He was not too young for that, but we greatly appreciate all the assistance that Sam has been giving us.
In a little tent. Not that one. Traveling violation on Talladega, and that was Miss Adriana Anderson, number 33, on the traveling violation. Dillard moving the ball around the perimeter once again. They're dribbling and handling the ball and driving and making a two-point play. Number 20, Jaquana Hunter, the freshman, out of Vacherie, Louisiana. Hello, right there in the country, baby, down 31-27. Uh-oh. Adriana Anderson, the senior forward, on the three-pointer, representing Compton, California.
West Side.
West Side. Shouts out to the game, huh?
Shouts out to my dude, Q.
And then Kendrick Lamar. Right?
Yeah, Kendrick definitely owns the game on that Black Panther soundtrack. Executive producer of that, which is a fantastic soundtrack in addition to the movie. But as we rejoin the action, Dillard came down, got an easy layup to make the score 28-19 as Talladega was on the attack. But there we go again, another unforced turnover, Marlon.
Yeah, she really tried to force the ball outside to the perimeter. I want to say she was kicking it out I think it might have been Adriana Jackson. She was kicking it out to for Talladega. But she kind of footballed through it. Got a little too high. Way to cut the lane and drive. Number 4 for Dillard, Alexia Mcdonald. Really nice shot. That Dillard bench right now is routed. Oh, and a three-point
basket by
by
Tatyana McNeely.
Tatyana McNeely for Talladega on the three-point shot. Make it hot. It appears we have another foul on Talladega headed to the line.
Courtney Williams for Talladega, her third.
And that foul was on Courtney Williams for Talladega. Now at the line, Alicia Washington for Dillard for the two-point play. Let's see if she can make these sink, make it a 10-point lead. Talladega's been doing a good job at sinking those threes the last few plays to cut that possession. It was like 20 points earlier. Now it's cut down to almost, what's that, 9 now. If she makes this one, it'll be 10. If you're here in the New Orleans area, make your way on down to Xavier University. It's a great atmosphere right now. It's not super packed, but it's a really nice crowd. Some really good basketball. You guys come on over here to the Convo Center, right here on Xavier's campus, right off of Carrollton in wonderful uptown New Orleans.
Basket by Ashley Pettis.
Dillard doing another great job moving around, and great defense by Talladega. It's going to be important that they slow it down a little bit.
foul on Talladega, Jasmine Nelson, her first.
And that was Tazin Nelson for Talladega, her first foul. And to the line for Dillard is number 11, Adriana Jackson, the junior out of Houston, Texas. Wasn't able to sink that first free throw, as that Talladega bench do a really good job at rallying. She was able to sink the second free throw. Miss Adriana Jackson for Dillard. Dillard's going to that zone defense, and Talladega was able to cut it right off, right at the baseline. Cut through it, excuse me. Number 22 on the shot, Tiara Nicholson. I wonder if she's related to Perry Nicholson. Good question. Kicking it back out to the perimeter, you have number 3, Shayla Moore. Oh, air ball.
Out of bounds, Talladega ball.
Talladega's ball. They have a chance here to slim this lead up some. I mean, they're a few three-pointers away from making it tighter, but Dillard's defense, once again, doing a really good job at the top of the key with a steal. Once again, number 11, Adriana Jackson. But number 3, Shayla Moore, wasn't able to take advantage of the three-pointer, so now it's Talladega ball again. Ball handling right now, you have number 22, Tatyana Calhoun. There they go. Oh, she wasn't able to, and yes, she was able to follow through. That was number 42, Miss Clemens for Talladega. Going back to that play, Dino. Dishing it off down bottom to the big girl. Swoosh from downtown, baby. Alyssa Washington on the three-pointer. 5, 4, we're counting down, and we drive to the lane in the miss. Oh, foul. With 0.5 seconds left in the half. Number 42. Number 42, Carla Clemens at the line. So if she could take advantage of this, make it a 5-point lead for Dillard going into the half, make it a tighter game. But as you hear the Dillard cheerleaders over there on beat, sounding cool, trying to make her miss it, but she made the first one.
There he is, the rapping fave.
Hello. They like when I flow up here.
There it
is. What's
is.
wrong about the game, huh? Oh, check them out.
I'm back, Big Fave. Had to get things squared away for the interviews coming up at halftime. And that is the end of period number 2 with the score, the Talladega Lady Tornadoes 29 and the Dillard University Lady Blue Devils 35. Coming up at halftime, we will be interviewing Dr. Walter Kimbrough, who is the president of Dillard University. Greatly appreciate you listening to us, but if you want to see what's going on here at the Xavier University Convocation Center, you can go to Portal, portal.stretchinternet.com/Dillard. That's Portal, portal.stretchinternet.com/Dillard. Also want to thank our fabulous sponsors, that being Adidas, Still Water, Wyndham Garden Hotels, and Triple B's Cajun Corner. Just to give you a quick rundown of the halftime stats before we speak with Dr. Kimbrough, Talladega right now is shooting 32% from the field, 10 of 31. They are 2 of 10 from the three-point line, shooting 20%. They were finally able to knock down a couple in that second period. They are 7 of 14 from the free throw line, shooting 50%. Dillard University on the other side, shooting 44% from the field, 13 of 29. They're 37% from three-point range, 3 of 8. And at the free throw line, they are 75%, 6 of 8. Dillard has 8 assists in comparison to Talladega's 7 assists, but the ball is being turned over. Quite a few of them have been unforced errors by Talladega with 11 turnovers, and Dillard University has 9 turnovers. And the foul situation is Talladega 11, and Dillard University has 10 fouls. As I mentioned, we are going to be joined by the president of Dillard University, Dr. Walter Kimbrough. And yesterday, I made a couple of mistakes, and fortunately enough, the president of the GCAC and the athletic director of Dillard University, Ms. Kiki Baker-Borns, informed me, Dino, you're going to get me in trouble with Dr. Kimbrough, because Dr. Kimbrough is still the president of Dillard University. I am not. So, Dr. Kimbrough, welcome to the table. We greatly appreciate your time and what you're doing at Dillard University. You guys were a phenomenal host yesterday, as everything is now switched to Xavier University here today and tomorrow. If you will, please tell everybody a little bit about Dillard University and what makes it such a fabulous and historical HBCU.
Well, thank you for having me. I think one of the main things that Dillard has been a key figure in the Gentilly community in New Orleans, really with a strong emphasis in the arts has been part of our history and relating the arts and theater and culture as a part of New Orleans. Recently, we've done some creative things in terms of signature programs in physics and in film. And so, I mean, it really becomes a representative of the city of New Orleans when you think about Hurricane Katrina and all the devastation. I mean, we had $400 million worth of damage, and you had 6 to 8 feet of water. And so for that institution to come back the way that it did is just, pretty significant for the entire community. Mm-hmm. So it's a great institution, long story history. We'll be celebrating 150 years next year. So we're just proud to, be here and to see some success in our athletic program as well.
Absolutely. Speaking of the athletic program, the men and the women's team ranked number 1 in the GCAC tournament on both sides. Can you just speak a little bit about what type of representation that holds for the university to be able to stand out in that fashion and showing the leadership and the direction not only under your guidance, but under the athletic director being Kiki Borns as well?
Right. Well, our athletic director, I think, has done a great job, once again, after Katrina, to come in and rebuild an athletic program. And so we're proud to have really true scholar athletes. When I first got here 6 years ago, both teams were really struggling. I mean, they were winning 3, 5, 7 games a year. And so now to have two teams, men have won 18 games, the women 21 games, really strong athletic programs. And so, but the flip side of that is now you got the rest of the people in the conference sort of hating on us. They cheated. They cheated both of my players. I got to say this. They're wrong for that. They cheated Alyssa Washington. Her stats are better than everybody on the second team. They cheated Ja'Cory Coleman. His stats are better than everybody on the second team. Mike Newell took a team that won 5 games, has won conference titles 2 years in a row. We're about to make 3 in a row. They cheated him for Coach of the Year. So all of these folks are frauds, and I need to call them out. They're fraudulent. They're hating because we beat them in everything that we do. So I just want to say that for the record, that I'm protesting. I would sit here like Marshawn Lynch and just say, I'm just here so I won't be fined, but I'm sick of them. Clowns.
We are speaking to Dr. Walter Kimbrough of Dillard University, the president. And as you can see, he's extremely passionate about his athletic program and the fact that certain players were not recognized, and they should have been recognized, and letting you know exactly how he feels. So, Dr. Kimbrough, if you will, and I love that passion. That is infectious to me, and it trickles all the way down.
Right.
Leadership starts at the top. If you will, talk about the leaders that you've had at Dillard University to come out of there and how they're still embraced as a community at Dillard University.
Oh, I mean, yeah, you look at people in all different fields that are leaders. Dillard has this great tradition. I mean, I think about in higher education. Ruth Simmons was the first Black Ivy League president. She retired and then took over Prairie View recently. So you have people like that. I was in Little Dizzy's yesterday, saw Ellis Marsalis, who is the patriarch of the Marsalis jazz family that comes out of a place like Dillard. Glenn Glenda McNeil, who is a executive vice president for American Express. Mike Jones, there's a big lawsuit for the Maryland HBCUs. He's chair of our board, also a Dillard alum. So in all these different areas, you keep running into these people, and I keep meeting more of them.
Yes, sir.
Which you just really become inspired by the things that they were doing. Even recent grads like Nicole Tinson got a master's in religion from Yale, started a company with her husband to help HBCU grads get internships with major companies. I mean, they're just doing phenomenal things. There's just a lot of really good people at Dillard. I'm just excited to be a part of the community.
And speaking of good people, as we are talking to Dr. Walter Kimbrough, the president of Dillard University, you mentioned good people. I have to do this because he is a brother of mine, St. Aug Purple Knight alum. Talk about Mark Borns in the department that he's involved with and the advancement of the university itself.
So I think one of the things that's happened, Mark and his team have really been able to translate what we're trying to do at Dillard to really reconnect with the community. And it starts with our alumni base. When I got here, our alumni giving was about 4%. Nationally for HBCUs, about 8 or 9. For all schools, is about 12. In 5 years, we took it from 4% to 21%, the highest alumni giving rate of any school in the state, including LSU and Tulane. So Mark and his team have done a tremendous job reaching out, getting the people involved. So, I mean, it's really been an overall Dillard University effort that I'm excited about and just proud of the work that they're doing. So I keep pushing the bar, half of them say, all right, y'all, let's do 30 this year. They looking at me like I'm crazy, but I'm like, every time I set the bar high, they always meet it. So it's like, Let's take it up higher.
Absolutely.
So I mean, really we just got some tremendous people at Dillard, tremendous energy, talent. So like I said, I'm excited to be able to work with them every day. It makes my job fun.
Absolutely. We are talking to the president of Dillard University, Dr. Walter Kimbrough. We greatly appreciate your time. We greatly appreciate everything that you are doing at Dillard University. Continued success, continued leadership. Wish you all the best in the world, sir. Thank you so very much for taking a few minutes out of day number 2 of the 2018 GCAC basketball tournament at Xavier University today. And the third day will also be here as everyone wants to get to Sunday, the championship round. But we are here today. The second game following this game will be on the men's side between Philander Smith, the number 4 ranked Philander Smith Panthers, and Dr. Kimbrough's men, number 1 Dillard Blue Devils basketball team. The ladies and the men are number 1 in the GCAC. More to come. Also want to thank our sponsors one more time, as we'll do all day long. That being Adidas, Stillwater, Wyndham Garden Hotel, and Triple B's Cajun Corner. We'll be right back to get to the third period of the Lady Blue Devils and the Lady Tornadoes in minutes.
Thank you, Doc.
All right, man. Appreciate it. Thank you.
Appreciate you, sir. Absolutely. Oh, just so you know, those 2 bottom gray knobs on the left control mic volume. Yes.
Are the Dillard Blue Devils versus the Philander Smith Panthers. Coming up next at 2 o'clock are the Dillard Blue Devils versus the Philander Smith Panthers.
Yeah.
trying to keep it going. I'll turn that off. Oh, you want to run those images and I can bring the camera down? I'll just turn that off. Or you good with this? The player of the game. Okay, this is good.
Let me ask you this. If I had you,
I'm going to go
my iPad. On my iPad? Oh, yeah, I can.
That was better. Yeah.
That way you won't have to worry about flipping it back and forth. That way if it cut off, it's still good. Yeah.
I ain't want you to lose it. I know how I am about drinks.
And we are back at the 2018 GCAC basketball tournament here on Xavier University's campus inside of the Xavier Convocation Center. I'll run down your halftime stats for you as we get back to action with the Lady Blue Devils leading at 35-29 over the Lady Tornadoes. I am Dino Hanson. Sitting to my right, joining me again today and all weekend long is Super Bowl champion of the New Orleans Saints, Marlon Favorite. Big Fave, exciting first half.
Man, I'm loving it, Dino. It's an exciting first half. The ladies are playing with a lot of action, man. Very aggressive in that first half, man. So I'm looking forward to seeing.
Basketball, Alexia Mcdonald.
That was Miss McDonald for Dillard on the basket.
Starting things off. Also want to thank Dr. Walter Kimbrough, the president of Dillard University, for joining us on halftime today. Make sure you go to portal, portal.stretchinternet.com/Dillard to see the interviews as well as to see the live action going on today for the 2018 GCAC basketball tournament.
Dillard has the ball, handling it right now, coming up the court. You have number 4, Alexia Mcdonald. A little post action by McDonald. And just got rejected by the center. Not Stackhouse. I know we looked at her name. Clark, Sydney Clark, who's just checked out of the game.
Dillard is back on the offensive attack. Shot clock was running down, and a jump ball called right as it winded down. Possession favors Talladega, as Talladega is going to our left as they're wearing their black uniforms with light blue writing, or numbers should I say, on it. And the Lady Blue Devils are wearing their gray with dark blue numbers going to our right from where we're positioned from. This is exactly what Talladega did in the first half. They were attacking the paint. That last basket was scored by Carla Clemens of Talladega to cut into that Lady Blue Devil lead, which is now 37-31 with 8 minutes and 15 seconds remaining in the third period of the second half, Marlon.
Yes, really good job. Going back to what helped them out early in this first half to stick with Dillard. So if they can find those mismatches a little more, I think the score will get much closer as they're only down by 6.
Absolutely. There was a foul called against Dillard's Pearl Jones, number 30, out of Zachary, Louisiana. She's a 6'2 junior. So ball goes back over to the Talladega Lady Tornadoes as they're going to our left on the offensive end. I think they've got some rhythm going. That was a foul, was not set when she set that screen by Carla Clemens. She's been important to this team, especially given the fact that at this particular junction for Talladega, Sydney Clark was a little winded early on, and Carla Clemens has been benefiting by getting more minutes. So the ball in possession goes back to the Lady Blue Devils as they head to our right. Ball is being worked around the perimeter, but this is the other thing that helped Talladega get back in the game. They were very opportunistic. They get the steal, and in the return, they were pushing the attack. Basket scored by Tatyana Calhoun for the Lady Tornadoes. The defense has definitely picked up for Talladega. Shot goes up by the Lady Blue Devils, retrieved off the rebound, but Talladega gets the air ball, and I'm pretty sure Tatyana Calhoun is going to push the attack, but there's the thing that's hurt Talladega. Unforced turnovers, Marlon.
Yes.
Dillard is back on the offensive attack, trying to find somebody wide open, and it's an air ball. Although very early on for Dillard, that is Shaylin Moore, who started our game off today with a long-range three, but just now that was an air ball. Tatyana Calhoun gets the rebound, pushing the attack for Talladega again, coming up the floor.
Yes, Talladega's doing a good job on defense, as you mentioned. Just really putting Dillard in a position where they have to win their one-on-ones. But just having to capitalize on it seems to be the biggest concern for them.
That foul was called against Talladega as Adriana Jackson goes to the line. to convert on that foul. I want to thank our production team again today, that being Eunice Kamul, Rodrika Taylor, and Xavier Randolph. Thank you very much for all your work on day one and now day two. Today is going to be a pretty long day for us. Yesterday we had 3 games that took place as we were doing the men's game, and today it's 4 games, but it's 2 of the quarterfinal games that will get you to the championship game tomorrow. 2 from the ladies' side and 2 from the men's side. We've got a score of 38-33. Dillard is leading Talladega with 6 minutes and 7 seconds remaining. Talladega is on the offensive attack, going to our left. Questionable call right there, or questionable no call. Could have been a tie-up, could have been a travel, but it wound up being a situation where, hey, they did not stop play. Basket was by Adriana Anderson, taking it to the hole strong for Talladega.
Foul on Ashley Bettis of Talladega, her second, team's third.
Foul is called against Talladega, and going to the line for Dillard is Alexia Mcdonald.
Missing the first one.
Giving Talladega a chance to get back in this game, which is now a 38-35 lead for the Lady Blue Devils over the Lady Tornadoes.
Yeah, you have to appreciate the adjustments that they made at halftime, Talladega, defensively, and then just revisiting some things that they did in the first half, utilizing the paint much better. And there's Dillard with another steal. Nice block by number 15 for Dillard.
Also,
Jalen Brown.
real quickly, we finally got some amazing still water from Lisa and my guy Antonio Lapel. Premium alkaline water. Good health is true wealth. We'll be talking to Antonio Lapel here shortly, but I was definitely in need of some still water, Big Fave. So thank you so much to our sponsor, Still Water, in addition to Adidas, Wyndham Garden Hotel, and Triple B's Cajun Corner.
I was thirsty.
Yes. We'll give you all their information about this fantastic Still Premium Alkaline Water, which my guy Antonio Lapel said yesterday, Dino, it's going to give you life. It's going to rejuvenate your skin. It's going to make you feel alive. And I know probably some of the girls that are playing right now wish they could have some of this still water.
Yes.
Charging foul called against Dillard as we are back to action with 5 minutes and 11 seconds remaining in the third period. That offensive foul was called against Dillard's Alexia Mcdonald. Possession goes to Talladega. 40-35 is your score. Lady Blue Devils ahead of the Lady Tornadoes.
Good pass breakup by number 4 for Dillard. That's Alexia Mcdonald, who's been getting her hustle on all evening, or afternoon, should we say, especially on the defensive end. Oh.
Out of bounds, Dillard ball.
That was Miss Tatyana Calhoun, the senior guard, trying to drive the lane and make the easy layup. Dillard's ball.
You know, as we're here in this beautiful Xavier Convocation Center with windows all around, Marlon, we should have talked to Xavier to see if they could go ahead and open up the roof.
There we go.
And play this game outside today, man. It is gorgeous outside in New Orleans.
Yes, it is.
It's gorgeous inside as well because, of course, we've got basketball. March Madness going on everywhere around the country, of course.
Oh.
Fantastic move
that was
by Dillard's Makita Collins.
Foul on Asia Tartlow for Dillard, her third foul, team's third of the quarter.
But foul called against Dillard, and Talladega retains possession. Following this game will be the men's side, the first game of the men's side, but the second game of the day, Philander Smith Panthers taking on the Dillard Blue Devils. Philander Smith ranked number 4 and Dillard ranked number 1. Immediately following the Lady Blue Devils and Lady Tornadoes game here today of day 2 of the 2018 GCAC basketball tournament at Xavier University at the Xavier Convocation Center. Dillard is on the attack, and I gotta tell you,
Yes.
that's the way you attack the rim. Adriana Jackson, now understand this, she's only 5'2", but she went up against the 5'8" Courtney Williams with no problem, gets the bucket and the foul to complete the bonus here.
I love the fake. I like how she faked it out to the perimeter and just continued to drive.
Made the defense adjust to put them in a very inauspicious position and taking advantage of that.
Yes.
Of course, I am Dino Hanson. To my right is Marlon Favorite, and I don't know how I could forget to mention, and it definitely wasn't done intentionally, the third member of our team today, WDSU's news anchor, reporter, and journalist, the award-winning Casey Ferran. Marlon?
Or as we call her, Simo.
As we call her in the dirty South, C-Mo. Conducting interviews in the interview room downstairs with coaches also. Timeout has been called by Talladega to try to regain some composure, if you will, because they cut into that lead when it was 38-35. Now we have a score of 45-35, Marlon, with the Lady Blue Devils on top of the Lady Tornadoes here at the Xavier University Convocation Center. Coming up a little bit later on, going to be talking to Antonio Lapel of Stillwater. Also going to be talking to Dr. Smothers of Philander Smith, GCAC Commissioner Steve B. Martin, and Dr. Hawkins of Talladega. So those are some of the interviews that we'll have here at halftime today. You can also see this streaming live at portal, P-O-R-T-A-L stretchinternet.com/Dillard. So not only are you able to listen to us, you are able to see us, Big Fave, and see the games going on live.
If you guys will see me right now, I am tweeting and on Instagram.
Multitasking, doing it all, baby.
Yes, representing for this good Stillwater right here.
There it is.
Very deep three-pointer. That was by number 11 for Talladega, Mercedes Gillen. Mercedes-Benz, should I say.
There it is, like the Superdome.
There we go.
No black and gold fans can't wait to get back to action in that dome.
Oh, yeah.
Layup inside for Dillard University was taken by number 30, Pearl Jones. She missed the first one, but was able to rebound her own missed shot. But there was a foul called against Talladega, and at the line for Dillard is the freshman out of Vacherie, Louisiana, Jaquana Hunter. She makes the first to increase their lead to 11. 46-35 here in the third period at the Xavier University's Xavier Convocation Center on campus. Come on by and enjoy us. Fantastic basketball venue today. Great basketball on tap of the 2018 GCAC women's and men's basketball tournament. You know, I'm glad we were having a chance to do the women's game today, Marlon, because if you recall yesterday, Casey was like, Dino, Marlon, you guys are giving up the male scores. What's going on with the lady scores at Southern University? So greatly appreciate our girl, C-Mo. Yes, indeed. Make sure you check her out on WDSU television.
I used to love going to the Pete Maravich Center to check out LSU's basketball. Around that time, Dino, they were rolling.
The
man.
women's basketball team was fantastic.
Sylvia
Always competing,
Files.
yeah. Always
Simone
competing
Augusta.
for national championships there.
Yeah.
That they did.
That was a good little Final Four crew right there. Tamika Johnson, who's actually from New Orleans. She went to Bonneville High. Yep. But you know what I used to really appreciate?
What's that?
When we played against Tennessee, the Volunteers.
Why is that so much?
Because that mean Miss Candace Parker
You had a
will
chance
become
to
an
see a Hall of Famer
Yes.
balling, and that she was at Tennessee, and also winner of WNBA title as well.
Yes.
Yes, indeed. I didn't have a chance to update you as we began the third period today on the statistical leader for Dillard, that being Miss Elisa Washington, had 13 points in the first half. And for Talladega, there were three different players with 5 total points. They've got balanced scoring throughout, that being Jasmine Nelson, Sydney Clark, and Carla Clemens, all 3 with 5 points. So balanced scoring on Talladega's side, and Elisa Washington leading the way for Dillard University. 2 minutes and 20 seconds remaining in the third period of the second half. Dillard University 48, Talladega 35. Game number 1 of the day on the women's side as we make our way to Championship Sunday.
Championship time, almost here.
Yes, sir.
You have to love the tournament.
That's what you work all season for.
That's it.
Talladega is back on the attack. And you know, Marlon, this is what got Talladega in trouble early on. Shooting long-range threes when they should have stayed with the attack of penetrating, getting Sydney Clark and Carla Clemens to post up to get easy buckets. They need to get back to their strengths if they have any chance of making this a game in the rest of this third period as well as going into the fourth period.
Yes, indeed. That's exactly what has to happen. Good. Oh, that was a really good play call right there.
Fantastic backdoor cut by Dillard University, but off her fingertips. That being, who is that? That being for Dillard, number 20, Miss Jaquana Hunter. Ball goes back to Talladega as they are on the offensive attack. Running the point for Talladega is number 32, Deja Smith.
Really nice drive.
And there we go. Marlon, we are back in the paint again. That's where you need to be. Adriana Anderson completes that basket right there, making it 48-37. That's their strength right there. Get it into the paint. Talladega's in a man-to-man defensive pressure. Makes Dillard takes a bad shot. Talladega rebounds the basketball. Coming up the court is Deja Smith. Ball being reversed, and we are right back in the paint. And Marlon, there we go again. They have to stick with their strength, that is Talladega. Carla Clemens has been huge for this team, as well as Sydney Clark. But they're getting it back in the painted area, which was very impactful in the first 2 periods of the game.
And one.
Absolutely.
That's exactly what that was right there. And now they're playing into their strength.
Yes, sir.
You want the three-point play, right, at the very end of the day to close the gap. 3's more than 2. So that was a good job driving through the lane and finishing through.
But, Marlon, here's my theory, and I talk about this all the time on our ESPN station 100.3, the Sports Hangover with Gus Cattengill. Oh, Dillard had the ball. Turnover by Dillard, but it was capitalized on by Janea McNeely. Now we are down to a 6-point lead for the Lady Blue Devils, and another turnover as Talladega is speeding things up for Dillard, and Dillard was not ready for the pressure.
Not at all.
But the thing that I mention all the time is, granted, 3s are more than 2s, but field goal percentage-wise, if you're making more 2s and making less 3s, I'm going to take 2 over nothing any day of the week because you're shooting long-range balls and you're not making them.
All day, every day, twice on Sunday.
Take your strength and utilize it.
Yes.
Force Dillard into bad situations like they're doing now. Cut it into a 6-point lead. They have a burst of energy, that is Talladega. 26 seconds remaining in the third period. There's Talladega again, forcing Dillard into bad possessions. Now can they capitalize on that? Ball is turned over. Talladega has Dillard scrambling, looking for some space. Talladega seems like they're got 8 players on the court as we're down to 13 seconds in the third period. Talladega is on the attack. Ball is in the hands of Janaya McNeely. Turnover by Talladega with 4 seconds remaining. Dillard on the attack. Count the bucket.
And one.
Yes, yes, sir. The basket is good for Dillard.
Foul on Adriana Anderson for the Lady Tornadoes, her first.
That was Adriana Anderson on the foul.
And at the line is Jaquana Hunter.
She tried to set her feet.
Didn't get there in time, though, with 1 second remaining. Up until that point right there, Talladega had Dillard a little concerned, a little puzzled, turning the basketball over. At the end of the third period, in the second half, you've got Talladega 42, Dillard 50 going into the fourth period of the second half. Want to say thank you again to our fantastic sponsors for the 2018 GCAC basketball tournament, that being Adidas, Still Water, Wyndham Garden Hotels, and Triple B's Cajun Corner. Thank you so much for your sponsorship and your continued involvement with the 2018 GCAC basketball tournament right here in New Orleans, Louisiana at Xavier University, Xavier Convocation Center. As the day goes on, just like yesterday, Marlon, people are starting to come into the facility to check out the games as they go on. Of course, Dillard is number one in the men's bracket as well as the women's bracket.
Yes, they're rolling, man. Dillard's definitely the team to beat here in this tournament. And a lot of support here. Starting to see a few more Dillard fans fly in here. I'm assuming as we get closer to the evening, it'll be much more crunk in here. But I will say this. These ladies are definitely setting the tone for today's game. And much tighter one now. It's only an 8-point lead by Dillard. We know early in the first half, Dillard led by averaging leading by at least 18 to 20 points. But Talladega with their halftime adjustments starting to close that gap. And
that they are. Talladega forcing Dillard into another bad situation. That man-to-man defense has worked out extremely well for Talladega.
It has.
Making Dillard turn the ball over more frequently than what they have been. Right now, Dillard has a total of 16 turnovers, but to compound that, Talladega's not helping themselves because they've got 17 turnovers. So they most certainly have to do a much better job of valuing the basketball. That's on both sides. The rebounding battle, pretty dead even, 32 for Dillard and 33 for Talladega. But the difference right now is the fact that Dillard is shooting 64% from the line and Talladega is only shooting 47%. So that comes with being aggressive. That's how you get to the free throw line. Like we talked about yesterday, Marlon, making the officials blow that whistle.
That's what it's all about.
And I'm not talking about Too Short blowing that whistle, Marlon.
Blow the whistle. DJ Retro was jamming yesterday.
Yes, he was. Yes, he was.
Good. Oh, that was great. That was a great play. Great hustling play. Kicking that off was number 42, Carla Clemens, driving to the lane, missing it, saving the ball before it goes out of bounds, and then pitching it right back to a wide-open Deshauna Cook, and she floats the two-pointer for the three-point play. And one. She's at the line right now.
Dillard is back on the attack. 5-point lead for Dillard right now. 50-45 with 9 minutes and 19 seconds remaining in this final period of the second half. Got some motion offense being ran by Dillard University. Missed the shot, recovered by Talladega. Talladega, if you incorporate the bench, and I'm a firm believer in this, Marlon, it can't just be the players on the floor, but Talladega's bench is also more engaged in the game. You hear the energy.
Yes.
They're down, but they aren't out right now. and they feel like they're close. They feel like a few hit and misses here or there, they're right back in this game. And there we go, going to their strength. Carla Clemens, it is now a 3-point game. 8 minutes and 47 seconds remaining in the fourth period of the second half. Dillard 50, Talladega 47. That man-to-man defense has worked out extremely well for Talladega, and there they go. Force Dillard into a bad shot. Talladega gets the rebound, and they are on the offensive attack going to our left, wearing their black uniforms with light blue numbers. Dillard is in the gray uniforms in blue numbers. This right here could make it either, Marlon, get this, a 1-point lead by Dillard, or they could tie the game up after being down at the most by 13 points. Marlon, we've got a game. We've got a game, Big Fave. Yes,
right
sir. They have gone back to their strength, which is getting the ball in the painted area.
Yes, sir.
That last basket was scored by Adriana Anderson. We have a 1-point lead for the Lady Blue Devils over the Lady Tornadoes, and the Lady Tornadoes have stormed back. Marlon, in the fourth period alone, Talladega has scored 5 after being down in that third period by 2, should I say. And Dillard has not scored at all in this fourth period, but they missed a free throw to have the opportunity to tie it up. Guess what? We have another forced turnover by Talladega. Talladega is disrupting the flow of the Lady Blue Devils right now. Again, the energy on the bench speaks volumes to the play on the court, Marlon.
It does. It really does. And you have to appreciate the adjustments Coach Kevin for Talladega made at halftime defensively, because they've really been doing a good job, again, stealing, playing good man-to-man defense, and really making Dillard play up to par.
It's all about in-game adjustments. Yes, you're down, but don't ever feel like you're out of it. This right here, oh, Marlon, that was a long 3-ball shot by Janiyah McNeely that could have easily taken the lead. But Talladega is being the scrappier basketball team right now, and Talladega has the 1-point lead for the first time today by Miss Deshauna Cook out of Marysville, Tennessee. Dillard finally gets on the scoreboard here in the second half. In the fourth period, we've got a score of the Lady Blue Devils 52, the Lady Tornadoes 51. We have a game, Marlon Fave, right? 9-2 scored here in this fourth period, though. Talladega seems to be the aggressor. They seem to be in a better offensive flow as well, going back to their strengths. But defensively, they're being very disruptive and getting Dillard out of their rhythm.
It's called the dose of your own medicine. If you notice in the first half, Dillard did a good job at the top of the key making big steals. Now the tables have turned. Talladega at the top of the keys making big steals and capitalizing, driving down through the lane, causing fouls down in the paint, getting your ladies at the line. So I really think that the fact that they made those adjustments at halftime to be a little more aggressive on defense, but go to what works on offense, and that is attacking the perimeter, dishing the ball off to Carla Clemens, who's been doing a great job, and Sydney Clark, who's also been doing an excellent job in the paint.
Absolutely. We are broadcasting live today. It is day 2 of 3 days of the 2018 GCAC basketball tournament at Xavier University Convocation Center today. 7:26 remaining in this fourth period of the second half. Dillard University regains the lead, 52-51. Talladega is on the offensive side of the ball after taking a time out there. Let's see if they can go right back to doing what they've been doing. Dillard is in a man-to-man defense as the ball is being worked around the perimeter by Talladega. An easy lane to the basket. Oh, and it comes up a little bit over by Deja Smith. Rebounded by Dillard University. And to compound the situation of taking that shot that didn't go in, Deja commits the foul as well. I know for a fact that Coach Kevin Herrod is not pleased with that decision there.
More than likely, he's not. Coach Kevin Herrod, and as you see him over there by the scoreboard, kind of rallying the girls up.
Absolutely, barking out signals to the defense, get their head into the game. A long-range three ball taken by Dillard's
Makita Collins.
Makita Collins. Makita Collins to make it a 4-point lead for Dillard. After relinquishing the lead that they've had the entire game, it was only for a brief minute, if you will, Marlon Fave, right, where Talladega had a 1-point lead, but that was quickly erased by the Lady Blue Devils. 55-51. Please make sure you tell your friends to follow the games that's going on all day today and tomorrow by going to the website portal, P-O-R-T-A-L .stretchinternet.com/Dillard. That's portal.stretchinternet.com/Dillard.
Correction, that's Makita Collins, number 35 for Dillard.
Thank you, A.D.
Y'all better
Kiki
say my
Baker
baby name
Barnes.
right.
We greatly appreciate you. It's not Makita, it's Makita. Dillard back on the offensive attack. Foul is charged to Dillard after the missed layup by number 11, Adriana Jackson. Foul was called against Alexia Mcdonald. Possession goes to Talladega on that foul. We've got a score of 57-51, Dillard University over Talladega. Team fouls, you're looking at a total of 20 for Talladega, 19 for Dillard, so they're pretty even there. Turnovers, 19-17. A long-range three ball basket by Deshana Cook to make it a 57-54 game by the Lady Blue Devils over the Lady Tornadoes. Started out 9-2 in this fourth period. Dillard has made a run, increasing it to 9-7. Make it 10-9. That was a big three
Go ahead and say
by
it.
Dillard's Makita Collins.
Nice three-point play by them.
A unforced error by Talladega as they were on the offensive attack, but Dillard en route to going to the right, they also return the favor and give the ball right back to Talladega. Score is 60-54. Dillard ahead by 6. 4:49 remaining in the game. Here at Xavier University on the Xavier Convocation building. And Talladega goes right back to what has been so successful for them all game long. That's dumping it inside the paint to Carla Clemens. You know, I haven't called Sydney Clark's name nearly as much as we did early on, Marlon.
Yeah, she's been a bit quiet. Clemens has been filling in for her.
Nice
dish
great
off.
cut to the basket and a fantastic pass.
And who that was on that play right there? Was that Makita?
Makita Collins, that's
Once
who that
again.
was, scored that last bucket. Now, Talladega seems a little rattled as Dillard is on the attack. The other thing, Talladega seems to be a little winded. If you notice, they're getting back much slower. Coach Norbert Rohn, Coach of the Year for the Dillard Lady Blue Devils, barking out instructions to his ladies team. Ball is being put on the floor, penetration. The Lady Blue Devils are doing a much better job of cutting off of each other. Ball movement is essential in situations like this.
Yes.
It's huge. Talladega, nice three-point shot taken by, who was that? Who was that lady?
Who's that lady? Kool-Aid.
shot was taken by Janiyah McNeely. That was a big three for them, making the score 62-59. Dillard University ahead with 3 minutes and 8 seconds remaining. Want to say thank you to Mrs. Steve Martin, who just brought us a few snacks as we sit here at the table. Some still water, Gatorade.
Yeah.
Thank you so much to the
You know what he's really doing, right?
GCAC for taking care of us.
You know what they're really doing. They're getting us ready to go get on the court. We got our peanuts
and our almonds.
Little protein action, Gatorade.
Absolutely.
I'm sorry I left my Nikes at home.
Well, you know, I still travel with mine. I just don't put them on anymore.
Well, unless you and Gus go and play basketball.
We and Gus are not playing basketball anymore. You know, Gus complained that I play too physical for him.
Oh, man.
Yeah. I don't know if you ever seen the video where we were in the old station where we're in the hallway playing basketball, and he still says he has back spasms because of how hard I fouled him in the hallway playing on the door basketball goal. So,
yeah,
you
must be talking about when y'all played that Big Easy that time.
No. We got one even better than that. We were literally playing in the old offices in the hallway. We had the little goal on the door.
Oh,
yeah.
Man.
Oh, yeah.
And Gus was complaining about that.
He still says that it was a flagrant foul. And it didn't help that my mom also saw it, and she said, I did foul him too hard. I was like, Mom, really? I'm your son. I'm the one that was sending you money when I was making money playing ball professionally, and you're saying that I flagrant fouled Gus.
She had no rebuttal.
None whatsoever. As we get back to action, I am Dino Hanson, sitting next to Marlon Favright today. The third member of our crew is Casey Ferran. Long-range three to make the score 64-59 in favor of the Lady Blue Devils. 2:35 remaining on the clock here. That last three was made by Alexia Washington, who has been huge for them today.
She really has. I think this is a good time for Talladega to go back up, and there's another steal by Dillard. But go back, even though there's 2 minutes left, go to what's working, drive to that paint, force those fouls.
That has worked all game long, and you can't get away from that. I know Coach Kevin Harrod has to be a little flustered that they aren't taking care of the basketball or they're shooting long-range shots and they're not going in right now. You've got to capitalize on that. To tell you the impact that Alexia Washington has had, she's at 19 points today. Dillard taking complete advantage. Make that 21 for Alexia Washington. She has done it all today between Alexia Washington and between Asia Partlow, who has 16 points. Boy, those two have been huge, and I most certainly cannot forget Alexia Mcdonald and the impact that she's had. Let me thank our sponsors for the fantastic work that they have done here at the 2018 GCAC basketball tournament here at Xavier University today, that being Adidas, Still Premium Alkaline Water, Wyndham Garden Hotel, and Triple B's Cajun Corner. Thank you so much, and thank you to Dillard University for hosting day one yesterday over in Dent Hall on the battlefield. And today and tomorrow we are at Xavier University inside of the Xavier Convocation Center with the score of 66-59, 1 minute and 46 seconds remaining in the game. Dillard on top of Talladega in the women's game. One to kick off the second day of 3 days of your GCAC tournament. Game number two, which will be game number one on the men's side. Number 4, Philander Smith Panther taking on the number 1 ranked Dillard Blue Devils. That's immediately following game number 1 here of the Lady Blue Devils against the Lady Tornadoes. Another long-range shot taken by the Lady Tornadoes, Deshauna Cook. Fortunately enough, they were bailed out by getting a rebound, and the ball is retained by Talladega. They're attacking the rim, and there's that woman again, that being Carla Clemens, but this time she can't make the easy 2-foot layup. Dillard retrieves the rebound. They are back on the offensive attack with 1 minute and 19 seconds remaining. It's going to take some serious defensive efforts here. It's also going to take a few turnovers in order for Talladega to get back into this game and make it a game as it was prior to when they took that brief lead by 1 point earlier. It's going to come down to execution here for the stretch of the game, Marlon, for Dillard right now.
Right, it's going to come down to shooting back to the three-point play, whether you're driving to the lane to get to the line, playing a little more defense, and you could possibly three three-pointers, put you right in the league. So they have to do some excellent things on defense.
But you got to get stops, though.
Yep.
Dillard is inbounding the ball. A charge call, so maybe that will get them going right now, Marlon, with 1 minute and 9 seconds remaining.
Offensive foul.
Charge called
Asia Partlow, her fifth foul.
against
Also team fifth foul.
Partlow. That is the athletic director for Dillard in the background that you can hear. That is Miss Kiki Barnes. She is into the game right now, apparently.
Yes,
letting the referees know exactly how she feels.
I wish she would have coached us for the Super Bowl. No disrespect, Coach Payton, but you got to feel her energy over here. Hello.
That's the same energy that the president of Dillard University had, Dr. Walter Kimbrough, when I interviewed him at halftime. Extremely passionate fan base there at Dillard University. Talladega is back on the attack. Deshauna Cook with the easy bucket, the 8-foot bucket that is. 53 seconds remaining in the game. 66-61. Dillard on the attack right now as they have the lead. I can assure you getting a good shot is their main concern, even if that means running the clock right now. Making Talladega play defense. Talladega is not going into a foul situation yet. It's down to 9 and a backdoor cut. Oh. You have to give Carla Clemens a lot of credit for not giving up the easy layup. Make them earn it at the free throw line, but a fantastic backdoor cut by Adriana Jackson.
Really great backdoor cut. And great vision by Washington as well for Dillard.
Absolutely. At the line shooting 2 is Adriana Jackson.
It looks like Alicia Washington is favoring her knee. I don't know if she kind of limping a little bit there. We'll keep a close eye on that as the tournament.
I know you know as well as I know, with 33 seconds remaining in the game, Norbert Rome is not the least bit concerned about her knee in that fashion, so that way you can finish this game up. Again, have to thank our GCAC commissioner, Steve B. Martin, and his fantastic wife for getting us some snacks and some drinks as we are here at the Xavier Convocation Center today, day 2 of the 2018 GCAC basketball tournament. Free throws have to be made.
Have to. They needed that.
You're down 68-61 with 29 seconds remaining in the game.
She missed both.
2 crucial free throws that were needed. Foul called against Talladega. No, actually timeout. Is that a timeout call?
I think they just called timeout. Yeah, back to what you were saying, Dino, they definitely needed those 2 free throws. That makes it a 5-point game. And you play a little defense, shoot a 3, play a little more defense, shoot another 3, you win the game in 27 seconds for Talladega. But the way Dillard is playing, especially Alexia Washington, is doing a good job not only distributing the ball, but taking the shot.
Coming up next at 2 o'clock are the Dillard Blue Devils versus the Philander Smith Panthers.
Alexia Washington has been huge for Dillard today. 7 rebounds, 21 points. Man, fantastic game. Carla Clemens on the opposite side of that, 14 points, 9 rebounds, but I don't feel like they went inside the post enough for her, as well as when Sydney Clark was in the game, although we haven't seen much of Sydney Clark here in this second half. No question, Carla Clemens has been dominant, but so has Alexia Washington for Dillard, as well as Alexia Mcdonald. Makeda Collins came up real big for Dillard as well late down the stretch. Now, Talladega is in a fouling situation that they have to do whatever they can to put Dillard on the free throw line. Hopefully they can miss some in order for Talladega to get back into this game. Otherwise, in 26 seconds, the Lady Blue Devils will be moving on to Championship Sunday. The number 4 team almost came close to having the first upset of March Madness that we look forward to. But it's not over yet. Just missed the free throw.
It's not over until the fat guy sings, and I hadn't thought of any lyrics yet.
Oh, man. That free throw was good by Alexia Washington, adding to her point total today. Excuse me.
Timeout, Talladega. Full timeout.
Timeout is called by Talladega.
Little Carter B in the background. I want to say this is was it Body Yellow? What's the name of the song? Bodak Yellow. She says she doesn't dance right now. She makes money moves.
Oh, she danced though.
Oh yeah, I saw her at the what that was the BET Awards.
She danced.
And I saw her dripping with finesse in Bruno Mars's video. So she gets down. With the get down.
Yes.
Former, they're married, dating, Offset from Migos, something like that.
Something like that.
I have to check with our production team, who's about 10 years younger than me, so they'll know all the answers.
Talladega back on the offensive attack. Charging foul called against Carla Clemens. 17 seconds remaining. You can pretty much put this one in the book.
There's a foul again by Talladega, and that was number 22, Tiara Nicholson.
Foul on Calhoun for Talladega, her second.
16.7 seconds remaining in the game. Dillard University in control of the game, 69-61. At the line for Dillard is Adriana Jackson to try to close this out.
Wet shot.
Thank you so much for joining us today. Game number 1 of 4 games on tap between the Lady Blue Devils and the Lady Tornadoes. 9-point lead for the Lady Blue Devils of Dillard over the Lady Tornadoes of Talladega, 70-61. Timeout called by the Lady Tornadoes. Deshauna Cook and Carla Clemens are the leading scorers for Talladega with 14 points. And for the Lady Blue Devils, Alexia Washington has been huge.
Yes, she has.
22 points, 7 rebounds. She has done it all today.
Yes, you have to hand it to the Blue Devils. They've really done a good job passing the ball around.
They also sustained their level of play even when Talladega seemed to be threatening them. They made some unforced errors by turning the ball over, but they never really lost total composure, Marlon.
Correct.
And just for good measure, Carla Clemens makes that her 16th point of the game, making it a 70-63 game in favor of Dillard.
Yes, you have to appreciate that. Finishing strong.
As exciting as Talladega made this first game of the day to start, looking forward to the second game between Philander Smith on the guys' side, the Panthers taking on the Dillard Blue Devils men's basketball team.
This should be a good game. I look forward to it.
Should be a very good game. Looking forward to seeing Dillard men play, as they were off yesterday because they got a first-round bye into the tournament. Then following game number 2 of the day, right after the completion of the Lady Blue Devils and the Lady Tornadoes, again, will be Philander Smith against Dillard. Then game 3 of the day, we will flip back to the ladies' side of it. Number 3, Xavier, taking on number 2, Edward Waters. And then we'll complete the night with the men's side with Talladega taking on Xavier. So those are the matchups for the remainder of today. I am Dino Hanson. He is Marlon Favorite. The third member of our team today has been WDSU TV reporter, anchor, and journalist, the award-winning Casey Foran, who's also conducting interviews with coaches and players. To see those interviews, go to portal.stretchinternet.com. That's portal.stretchinternet.com.
I'm looking forward to next game's matchup between Rick Curry, who's 6'9", and Ernest Mays.
Yes, Mays had a huge day yesterday. And that will wrap it up. Game number 1 is in the books today. That being 72, the Lady Blue Devils defeating the Lady Tornadoes of Talladega 72-63. Just to recap the first game of the day here in the 2018 GCAC basketball tournament at Xavier University inside the Xavier Convocation Center. It was a huge day for Dillard's Alisa Washington. 22 points, 7 rebounds. On the flip side of that, Carla.
Hello, my girl.
Carla Clemens. Carla Clemens, 16 points, 10 rebounds. Marlon was referring to Mrs. Martin for bringing us all sorts of great treats to keep our I don't know if she's trying to close our mouths right now because we've been talking so much, Marlon, but that's what we're paid to do. That's
right.
What we're supposed to be doing during the course of the game. So
that's true.
Keeping you informed of what's going on as the men are getting ready to come out of the tunnel, getting ready for game number 2. What's some of your takeaways, Marlon, from game number 1?
Well, the biggest takeaway from game number 1 is Dillard, for the most part, controlled the game from start to finish. You did have a bit of a comeback by Talladega in the early in the second half of the game, just doing a good job at making some steals, throwing up some 2-point plays, all of those, etc. But I mean, Dillard's working the perimeter, making the outside shots, especially with Alisa Washington, and then just the ball handles by number 11 from Dillard, Miss Adriana Jackson. Oh man, she did a good job, the 5'2" point guard, just distributing and handling the ball. So I thought overall they did a pretty good job, and I look forward to seeing them later on in this tournament.
Marlon, the thing that I found perplexing was Talladega seemed to have gotten away from their strength periodically, which was attacking the Dillard University's Lady Blue Devils in that painted area. That's where they were most effective. That's where they were in a position that they put the pressure on Dillard to have to contend with them.
Yeah, they did. They really did. But nonetheless, I will say this. Both teams really hustled hard the entire game. Dillard had a little more should I say, skilled players, you know, to shoot from the perimeter. But Talladega did a good job. You know me, I like to take it inside the trenches like the podcast, man. Dillard did a good job with their girls down, center and strong forward down in the bottom. So I have to tilt my hat. Early on in the game, we didn't see her much in the second half. Sydney Clark, and I'm turned up right now because the production crew got me dancing as I broadcast. But back to the thing.
But
I
yeah,
was saying,
we're
Carlos Clemens.
all of a sudden Marlon went into club mode
You saw
as
me,
we
huh?
have to wrap up to get ready for game number 2.
Turn up.
At the completion of game number 1 between the Lady Blue Devils 72 defeating the Lady Tornadoes 63. Players of the game were definitely for the Lady Blue Devils, Miss Elisa Washington, 7 rebounds, 22 points, and Asia Partlow, 16 points, 4 rebounds. Congratulations to the Lady Blue Devils for advancing into the championship round tomorrow. We will return shortly for the 2018 GCAC basketball tournament at Xavier University's convocation